The following podcast contains spoilers and profanity. Hello, and welcome to the second episode of the Half and Half podcast. I'm your host, Glenn Walker, and with me as always is MarsReviews.
Hello, I'm ready to, use my phone, play with some emojis.
We also have a special guest with us, our good friend Bedhead Bernie. Say hello.
Hey everybody, come to my YouTube channel. Unsubscribe from this one.
Oh,
That is true.
I have Mars on my channel. You don't need this one anymore.
Just abandon ship, just go to the Bernie channel.
all right. Today we're talking about the 2017 infamous already Emoji movie, directed by Tony Leondis.
Who the fuck is that?
I have never heard of him before.
He is the director of the film Mars.
What has he done before Emoji movie?
He did Igor.
That was a good movie though.
That's an alright movie.
It was okay. So Mars, what's your history with the Emoji movie?
Well, just like everyone else, when I saw the trailer to the Emoji movie, I loved it. It was awesome. Like, I did not cringe at all. It was, I loved the trailer. I've been using emojis since before I was born. I've been using emojis forever. Emojis are my life. I have a little emoji pillow right next to me.
The poop emoji pillow?
Yes, he's in my dreams.
Bernie, you also have some history with the Emoji movie. You've had very strong opinions about it.
Oh yeah.
I made a video about
Yeah,
it.
I made a video about it. It was discussing of how like the Emoji movie, which I didn't remember this at the time. It's very similar to Food Fight's kind of the way Food Fight was set up, in that they make one video to encompass all these brands, and then they have all the brands in that movie, and then, because smaller brands want to be associated with the larger ones in the film,
Yeah.
they all partner up with the same thing, kind of like a monopoly. I don't know. I don't think it's legally. I don't think it's a monopoly. It's just very similar to one.
Yeah, my history is pretty similar to Mars. I saw the Emoji movie trailer, and I really just saw the teaser trailer. I didn't want to I didn't want to view the other ones, the story-based ones. So it just my mind when I think of the Emoji movie is just the meh emoji, just looking at me, voiced by Stephen Wright. But yeah, after a while, I constantly told my friends I'm never going to see the Emoji movie. But then, of course, I caved in and I saw it because of this podcast.
Liar.
And literally, that is the only reason I saw it. My father was taking my little brother to go see the Emoji movie, and he had premium tickets. So just like, I asked if I could come. He's like, yeah, sure. So none of us paid for it.
What happened was none of us paid to see Emoji movie. Me and Glum got in because of we had little punch card premium tickets. Bernie saw it on a fucking cam rip on Pornhub.
Hey, no.
We all watched it.
No, I paid for it legally, guys. No, I wouldn't pirate it. I'd never pirate stuff.
You paid for it legally on Pornhub. You got a premium account on Pornhub.
Yeah.
You got the cam rip of the guy masturbating to Emoji movie.
I don't know why that dude did that.
Yeah, if you don't know, apparently at the time of this podcast, there was apparently some controversy with a man masturbating during the Emoji movie, and they're on a manhunt for
And he
him.
looks like Boogie.
Yeah,
It happened in my home state, so who knows? It could have been me. I'll never tell.
I just imagine Hughes just has a huge scat fetish, and he's like, "Oh, poo emoji."
He's chanting with them. He's like, "We're number 2."
All right, let's go through the actors of the film one by one. We'll just see how you guys thought they did. All right, so T.J. Miller, the main one, Gene.
Insane man, crazy.
He's gonna commit suicide.
Yeah, if you don't know, he made some tweets that he deleted, and I think I've seen them on the Mumkeys Twitter about how he's I'm gonna kill myself over this fucking movie.
I mean, yeah, he was just kind of serviceable. He just had not really any presence in the film. Really, just didn't feel like he gave his all voice acting this.
He was perfect embodiment of his character. He was met in the movie, and he was meh.
Oh, that's how you rate the film, meh emoji.
I didn't like High Five.
Oh,
High
fuck
five.
him. He's a piece. He's the poo emoji. He's a piece of shit.
Yeah, James Corden. He's the English man. High five.
Is there a moment where the high five is he's next to poop and he's trying not to touch it, That a thing in the movie.
Oh, they made that joke.
I was thinking about that. That'd be a really good one.
They made it. They did that with the villain. She's like, "Oh, don't touch me."
Hated him. He's so fucking annoying. He's just so peppy and shit that it's just on the brink of just I just want to kill you.
He made all the funny meme jokes though. He's like hashtag blessed.
He's like Patrick if he was slightly more sentient.
Yeah, like his whole motivation for the movie was just kind of like shallow. It's like, I don't want to be your friend. I just want to get inside the club. Because that's where all like the emojis that get used get to sit in like the like good like club area, and he's like in the shitty like office space down in the basement.
Bring an AR-15. They'll let you in.
just fucking shoot.
Just point it at the screen.
Just grab the gun emoji and just fire at people.
Where was the gun emoji
Where
in this
was
movie?
he?
He's my favorite emoji.
He shot himself.
All right. Well, what do you think about Stephen Wright or the parents in the film? He was the man.
They were actually the best part of the movie because like their actual story was actually kind of like okay, and like I liked their like talk, like their dynamic together.
Yeah, I kind of like that too with the parents. I just think Stephen Wright's a great voice actor. I love his voice.
Yeah,
Love his comedy.
that was the actual good part of the movie. That's the only like that's one of the only better parts of the movie. Those two characters.
And it doesn't really amount to anything though.
Not really, no. He just comes out like, oh, I'm gay.
All right, so Anna Faris, she was Jailbreak. She was the punk girl who will help the hero with his self-expression.
She did an okay job for a shitty character.
I felt like an idiot for not realizing it was supposed to be a princess emoji.
I didn't even know there was a princess emoji.
That's the thing. I didn't know that there was. I don't use emojis. Like I don't know that there's a princess emoji.
There's a monkey emoji, and he was the best looking character.
Yeah, he was actually.
Him and the devil.
What about the black emoji?
The black thumb emoji, the thumbs up.
That was weird. That was weird. I didn't
He's
like
flexing
that.
his thumbs. I wish he was the main character. I wish he was just high five instead.
What if that was like his brother? It's like, hey, what's up?
Oh yeah, but the thing about Jailbreak was just like like constantly in the film she was just like, oh god, why are women so put down in life? Like it just kind of came out of nowhere.
It's just
The
like
movie's
this weird
about
feminine.
self-expression, though.
Yeah, a weird feminist twist to it, just in the middle of nowhere. It's like, oh god, why are men always like compared to women? Why do they always get like the good stuff?
You're not even a fucking person. You don't even have a gender. You're a fucking piece of data. You piece of shit. Shut
But
up.
the thing is, the feminist aspect of the film went nowhere. Like, they didn't lead up to anything. She just brought it up twice. There was no point to that.
Like, how do you even quantify, like, what's a boy and the girl in the world of emojis? We don't see dick. We don't see anybody's dick or anything.
They can have kids.
Some of them are literally objects. So, how do they reproduce? That's a good...
They apparently do because, yeah, they have a son.
Yeah, but, like, some things are actual literal objects. One's a literal walking piece of shit. How does he reproduce?
Alright, well, Maya Rudolph, she was the villain, Smiler.
That was a character. She just did nothing. She's like...
Yeah. She smiled.
She smiled. She's not even an emoji, though.
They could have had more advantage with, like, she was being happy all the time, so maybe she was sociopathic. Like a horror movie.
Yeah, that would have been nice. Alright, and we have, finally, we'll talk Patrick Stewart. He was barely in the film, poop emoji.
He did not get knighted just by the Queen of England just to play a fucking turd.
I like the poop emoji. I thought it was funny.
I thought he was funny, but it was just like, oh. I think they should have never told anybody who it was. Like, oh, it just happened.
Yeah, 'cause they spoiled a lot of the good jokes in the trailer, I think.
Apparently, like,
Yeah.
I already knew what the story was gonna be just by piecing together with the trailer. But like, we got you went on Twitter, you like posted the storyboards, and it looks like the story would be originally about a bunch of emojis on an adventure.
Yeah, I'll try to find those if we can look at them right now. They're by Craig O'Donnelly, and he was commissioned to make them. So, apparently this never happened in the movie.
No, it did not happen at all. Like the ice cream emoji, and we never even seen that one with the fucking gavel.
What is the gavel emoji?
Wait, I did. I thought we saw like a gavel emoji.
Okay.
Like he wasn't like a main character.
Yeah, he wasn't a main character or anything. I actually would like to see this movie instead of what we got because it felt very it went by really fast. Like the movie went by like really really fast.
It didn't have any tension in it,
No.
so it's like it just kind of flew by. Like it was just a bunch of series of non-events. Like they went into Candy Crush. Like that was just the thing.
That was the thing. Like their entire adventure when they went like, okay, we're gonna go to do the thing. They don't do anything. Like there's no payoff to it at all. They just went there and then he just goes like, you know what? I'm just gonna be myself. It just made the entire adventure just pointless.
Also, yeah, the real world stuff in the film were like a bunch of non-events too. Like that didn't lead to anywhere.
They did a lot of things that you shouldn't do in a kids movie. Like they were like, literally like making like they made like porn references, fucking like
Bubble butts.
bubble butts
What? When did this happen?
in the movie. Like he's like his phone gets like it starts playing music randomly and it plays like bubble butt.
But what do you guys think of when they like did all the stuff where they crossed over like the apps and stuff? Like they had like little viruses and spam, and they went to YouTube for a minute.
It was okay.
It was
very base
It was,
level.
yeah, like they didn't really do anything to utilize it. Like they never went to like I wanted them to go into YouTube and they went into the bad side of YouTube and it's like some guy smashing a frog with a hammer. They just saw pen pineapple pen, which is like a really old meme that no one cares about anymore.
I was looking forward to all the memes I wouldn't get in this movie.
They went to 4chan.
Is there actually a Just Dance app on a phone?
Apparently now.
Yeah, there is. I looked it up.
That was funny when like the phone when they deleted like the actual like Just Dance app and you just hearing that girl scream.
Oh yeah, because yeah, and then you see her in the trash thing, and she's like all like worried and paranoid, and she probably dies.
They do die. That's the thing. They do die because like he's like, all right, I'm gonna throw down the little ladder thing, let you guys out,
yeah.
and then it kicks it off, and then they don't get up, and they get deleted and die.
But if you like die, what happens to like who gets used for the emoji keyboard?
I don't know.
Can you delete an emoji like that?
That's another thing I wanted to talk about. So the phone is powered off. You know, like you have to charge it.
But yeah,
If the guy like fails to charge it, does the city black out, and do they have no resources to survive?
that's the whole conflict of the film I mentioned before is like they don't want to get the phone wiped or rebooted, but like that's gonna change. That's not gonna matter when like the kid eventually inevitably gets a new phone. What's gonna happen then? Are they all gonna go to the cloud? Who cares about that though? He's not gonna like move all his emojis to the cloud. He doesn't care like that. It's like Sausage Party. Like all the food's gonna spoil. It doesn't really matter about this little adventure. They're all gonna die in like a week.
Can I just say?
At least that movie tried to be funny.
Can I just say this kid in this movie is like the lamest piece of shit I have ever seen in my life. Like, just
The main kid.
yes, he's a fuck. Oh, I can't say it, but he's a fucking loser. He is such a loser. Just go talk to her.
It's like that kid probably does the virgin walk.
I'm pretty sure he does. He apparently
Yeah.
he can't actually talk to the girls. He can only send them emojis.
That's so stupid. Yeah, like he wants to talk to this girl in real life. He's like, oh, I can't do it. Let me send her the meh emoji. Why?
Let me see. I don't understand. What was the conversation beforehand? How do you get her phone number, anyways?
It's a good question.
Like your friend, maybe he got okay. I'll give him some slack. Maybe he got it from a friend, but even then, it's like
It's still pretty weird if you don't even, especially if you haven't talked to the person. Why would you just have their phone number?
yeah, she doesn't even. I don't even think she knew his name or like barely knew him. It's like, don't text me emojis. Another thing, what's the princess emoji in like this world? There's like they don't. What does that mean? Like you're a princess.
Nothing.
Is there a king emoji? I'm pretty sure there is. That means you ain't shit then. There's a king.
Yeah, does that mean the emoji capital of the film is like ruled by like a monarchy?
Yeah, like they make it seem like it's like oh, we're like governed. This is like I guess a democracy or something like that, but it's actually like no, there's kings and princesses. Like that makes no sense. But like overall, like if we're just talking about the movie itself, it's just like it's not like everyone's making it out. Like I think this is where we get into the critic part of it.
Yeah.
Everyone's making this out to be like, oh, this is a 0 out of 10, 6% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. Yeah, currently the film has a 6% on Rotten Tomatoes. The audience score gives it a 44%.
Yeah.
This film does not deserve a 0%.
Well, yeah, but the thing with the Rotten Tomatoes algorithm is that like, oh, it's not like every single critic gave it a 0 out of 10. It's more like no critic gave it a positive score, and so the algorithm decided to put it at a 6 where it's at now.
It's like an aggregator, so like, but like even then, it's like, I guess everyone gave it 1 out of 10, and then just like,
they gave it just a low score just in general, and so that's what it became out to be. Like, obviously, the film isn't, like, worthless. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's, like, it's just kind of mediocre.
We're not saying that to be contrarians, by the way. It's just, like, actual, like, it's not, like, 0. This is not worse than Food Fight.
We don't really have much to talk about here because, unfortunately, the film is just kind of blasé. It's a meh emoji.
like what pisses me off is like everyone's okay. What purpose does it serve other than money?
Yeah.
Okay, it serves as work you can put on your fucking portfolio if you're in the industry.
The whole film is just a giant advertisement.
And like not only that, but if you look at single frames, some of the characters look fine in them. Like Gene looks fine in many of the screenshots.
He looks good.
you see,
He's actually
because
one of the better looking ones in the movie.
He's very well lit. He's very expressive, very simple and clean.
I do like some of the designs in the film. Some of the jokes were kind of chuckle worthy, but that was about it.
Yeah, there isn't like that's the most disappointing thing about it is that if you go into it thinking like this is gonna be like a great cringe watch, like no, it's just like oh this is just a mediocre fucking kids film that
Yeah, people laughed in my theater. I mean, I didn't.
Congratulations, you saw a shitty kids movie and they have your money now.
Yeah.
Nice work, guys.
Not mine. I gotta see.
Not mine.
I gotta see a kid.
Not
kid,
not
kid
not
free.
in our podcast.
Definitely mine because I paid for this film.
You actually went to go see it?
No.
Oh. I thought you were just like in the time, like in like the actual like time that we actually saw the cam rip. I thought like maybe you went to go see it.
Well, okay, that's not entirely true. Someone should spend money on it so they can like make a better camera because the one we had was really shitty.
It was
Eventually,
really bad.
you'll get a good one.
It was like the guy kept moving around. Like I the one thing that was good about it is that I barely heard him be able to like breathe heavily into like the camera. Yeah, like but going back to reviews, I just saw like I watched a few and it was like, what the fuck? Like this is not that bad. This is like if we're giving like an arbitrary review score, this is like a 2 or 3. This is a 3 at most.
2, I think, yeah, definitely. If I were to rate it, I would give it a 2 out of 5.
Yeah, at least it looked kind of nice at some point.
It's well lit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
like
has a decent, like although the aesthetic is very unoriginal, it's decent.
yeah, like when we were talking about the parents, like the one part where the mother's like in the Instagram app, like that was cute.
That was a pretty great scene, actually. Like, it was actually like, oh, wow, this movie actually does have, like, one thing good. I don't get mad about cash grabs. Like, people need to make money. Like, it's just people that go to see the movie and then, like, yell about it is when it's like, you're dumb.
Don't complain about a movie if you're gonna support it.
Yeah, you'll be like, oh, I don't want, like, more movies like this. Take my money. I'm gonna see this just to make fun of it. Like,
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
even when you have like a bunch of subs, it still defeats the purpose. Like, even like if these people like I have 2 subs, I'm gonna go like ironically watch Emoji movies. Like, you didn't do anything. I wonder how. Do you think the movie is actually gonna be quite successful? Because like that was your video, Bernie. It was like, is it gonna be successful? And it looks like it. I don't know if it
Yeah.
will.
Well, at the time of this recording, it's been less than a week since the film has come out, and currently it's made about $24 million out of a $50 million budget. I can definitely see it getting its money back.
I don't know. Like second week stuff, like there's a huge drop off the first week, and I don't know if
Yeah.
Emoji movie. It's
I feel like maybe overseas it'll probably get a lot of views.
I don't know, because like, do people overseas use emojis like the retarded way that we do?
Probably. Who owns the right to the emoji? Like, who created the emoji?
That's a good question. Does he make any money off this?
I don't know.
What?
There's different kinds of emojis that
But-
people can.
But what was the
license out.
first one? They didn't even
Probably
talk about
Smile.
emotes or anything.
Why would they? They don't.
I mean, they're pretty similar.
The audience won't.
I mean, like, when you type it into Discord, it turns it into an emoji.
I don't think anyone owns the emojis. If they did, it would probably be like the whole Tetris situation where the guy doesn't make jack shit.
What'd you guys actually like about the film? I know we talked about certain things here and there, but we're like, what were there some other moments you guys liked?
Art's fine, lighting's fine, some characters look okay. That's it.
I like Poo Emoji. Poo Emoji's alright. Poo Emoji's my man. He's the shit though. There's very little good to say about it because it's just like, if anything, like anything that they do is like somewhat competent is like really mediocre. If Emoji movie proves to be successful, and we know when Hollywood smells blood, they'll like greenlight a bunch of shit. Do you think that if Emoji movie's successful, they'll make like Instagram or Snapchat the movie? Or
Well, that's where the monopoly thing comes in. If they were going to make that movie, it would cost more money for them to make their own movie than if, Sony just walked up to them like, hey, want to license yourself into a movie deal?
yeah, I was
Yeah.
thinking that. I was like, I think Snapchat would demand a lot of money from Sony.
They could probably provide it, and they're like being associated with brands like Google, Twitter, so they probably wouldn't be able to demand as much. They wouldn't have that much.
All right, so what do you guys like final thoughts on the Emoji movie?
I'm gonna give it a keep it 100 emoji.
My thoughts on Emoji Movie. It's okay. It's just a mediocre kids movie, but people
Very
are
much
giving
so.
it too much attention because it's the next new thing to bandwagon on. In like 10 years' time, people are gonna be thinking about the Emoji Movie. They're like, wow,
This existed.
yeah, that wasn't as bad as people thought. It just existed. Because
That's
the
probably
circle
worse than
jerks.
being bad.
I guess, but it's just like people are like all this bad publicity is only gonna help people remember the Emoji Movie, I think. But at the very least, people should be happy that like this is giving animators work. This is putting stuff on their resume.
Of course.
Good
yeah.
job, animators.
But yeah, no, definitely, I would probably give it like a 2 out of 5. Not the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
There's-
Just more like mediocre.
There's been like more atrocious like cash grabs in like the 80s and 90s. Like my favorite one is Rubik.
Rubik, yeah, I love Rubik. Rubik.
If you think this movie looks bad, try to create better designs and tweet it at us, guys. Do it. This is a challenge for everyone.
I like it.
I think it's better than like Food Fight, obviously,
Yeah,
and
it
like
is.
Sausage Party.
Actually, it's like better animation, so it automatically wins.
Yeah,
Automatic.
it's definitely not food fight levels.
I do
Yeah, of course.
respect like the maybe not T.J. Miller, but like everyone that worked on it's like sort of like not saying anything about it. Like I haven't seen anybody go like, you know what? Well, fuck you guys.
Yeah, like the guy who directed Fantastic Four. All right, so thank you for watching the Half and Half podcast. I've been your host, Glum Walker, with my other host, MarsReviews.
Hello, bye. I don't know why I said hello.
Hello, bye. And we our special guest, Bernie. Thank you very much for being here.
Yeah, good for having me on.
So thank you for watching the Half and Half podcast. We'll see you next time.